Welcome to Friday morning online sadhana. And today we're going to do the abdominal strengthening Kriya again. We did this last week. We did 2 minutes for each asana. And so this week we're actually just going to do half time. So if you were trying to do this with me every day, you may have noticed that you got really sore a couple days in. So being able to just do the half times is nice. Because then you don't have to feel like you have to give up on your sadhana because you're so tired, and you can still get it done. So let's go ahead and get right into it and tune in by rubbing our hands together and pressing them together slightly with the thumbs against the sternum. Feel the sit bones sink into the floor, the spine straighten, and the crown of the head lift towards the ceiling. In this steady posture, take a deep breath into the belly, and then exhale. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, and exhale. And inhale to tune in. Into the floor, the spine straighten, and the crown of the head lift towards the ceiling. In this steady posture, take a deep breath into the belly, then exhale. All right. Sorry, that broadcast on my Google Plus page. Inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale and hold. And exhale. And most of the time when we inhale and hold the breath, or exhale and hold out the breath, we apply the root lock, where you clench all of the muscles on the seat, so the anus, sex organs, and lower abdomen. You clench those slightly and hold, and then relax when you release the breath. And if you're on your cycle, women, you don't do that at all. So let's go ahead and start with the first asana of the Kriya. You're going to come into rock pose again. That's sitting on your heels. Go ahead and put a cushion between your feet and your buttocks if you feel any pressure on the knees, or you can just stay in easy pose. Cross the fingers, interlace the fingers, putting the thumbs on what's called the Venus mound, that fleshy mound on the thumb. And you're going to bring this mudra behind the back of the neck, close the eyes, and breath of fire. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Let's put on some music. Go ahead and come onto your stomach, bringing the chin or the forehead to the floor. Bend the knees, grasp the ankles or the top of the feet, and relax. Regular breathing. If it hurts to bend the knees, you can just keep the legs flat on the floor like this. Release the leg. Go ahead and come onto your back. We're going to do stretch pose with breath of fire. So, laying down, lift the head and hands up and feet up 6 inches, breath of fire. You can always bring the knees in. Inhale, hold, and exhale and release. And staying in this position, you are going to bring the left leg into the chest on an inhale. And then when you exhale, bring the right leg in. And that left leg is about 6 inches to a foot off of the ground. We're going to do leg pistoning with breath. So inhale the left leg in, and then exhale when the right leg comes in. And begin. You put your hands underneath your buttocks to make this a little bit easier and take some tension off of the back. Or you can actually just raise the legs up a little higher. But I encourage you to stay with it. Just a couple more seconds. Inhale, both legs out again. Then lower. And relax for just a second. And staying on your back, you're going to bring your feet together with the feet flexed, which means the toes are pointing back towards the face. And you're going to lift both the legs together on an inhale and lower them on an exhale. Take your time. You can do these as slow or fast as you like. Relax. You're going to come back onto your stomach. We're going to do cobra, but with the knees bent and pointing back towards the head. So to come into cobra, you're lying on your stomach with your hands underneath your shoulders. You can press up into cobra. Feel like you can do baby cobra by bringing your forearms to the ground and your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And then whatever, if you choose cobra or baby cobra, then you just bring your legs in like that when you're in position. And come into position and hold. Inhale, hold, then exhale and relax the posture. Go ahead and come into baby pose. If you need to relax for a couple seconds, like so. And then come into a seated position, holding the knees. And do back rolls. All the way from the shoulders to almost seated. And just keep rolling, giving your whole back a massage. Couple more seconds. And come up seated. And come back into the stomach. This next asana is slowly but surely becoming the one that I find the most challenging. So you're going to come onto your stomach with the legs extended and the arms extended into prayer pose. You can't see it, but my hands are just flat together, all the way out, and breath of fire. Inhale. And relax. Just relax on your stomach with your head to one side for a second. And come up into bow pose. So staying on the stomach, go ahead and bend the knees. Grab the ankles or the tops of the feet. And lift up. Breath of fire. Inhale. And exhale, bring the legs down and rest the head on the other cheek. When you're ready, come to standing. You're going to bring the feet just a comfortable distance apart. Bring the hands out to the side with palms facing down. Inhale, lean to the left. Then exhale as you come to the right. Choose whatever range of motion is good for you. If you've got limited mobility on either side, it may look a little different. Like, it may just look like something like this, which is fine. You just want to feel that stretch on the side body. Finish that cycle and then come to the center. Inhale and hold. And exhale. Bring your feet 2 feet apart, so bigger than hip width. Bringing the hands out to the side with the palms facing forward. Inhale, back bend towards the left, bringing the right hand to the heart. Exhale to the right with the left hand to the heart, and continue. that cycle and come to the center. Inhale. Hold and release the arm. And bring the feet back to hip width. Raising the hands up above the head with the wrists cocked and the hands, the palms facing towards the ceiling. Then exhale, bend over, bring those hands to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. And make sure to bend your knees to relieve some pressure off that lower back. Couple more. Last one. And inhale up. And relax. Come back to a seated position. And come onto the back. We're going to do leg pistoning one more time. So it's inhaling the left leg in, exhale the right leg in. And note, this is not a bicycle motion. This is a piston motion. Inhale, and exhale. Go ahead and bring both legs down on the floor. And inhale, raising just the left. And exhale, bringing it down. Then inhale the right, and exhale that down. And continue. And relax. You slowly make your way back, sitting up, and come into rock pose again, sitting on the heels. I bring the hands together in prayer position. Bring them above the head. And we're going to chant Sat Nam, bringing in the navel on the syllable Sat and relaxing it on Nam. Go ahead and just breathe whenever you need to. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam Sat, 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 Nam, and inhale, hold, and exhale, bring the hands down. And come sitting with your tailbone on the floor, and you're going to, the ideal pose for this, the full expression of this asana, is to have the legs up at 60 degrees and the hands out with the palms flat. That's pretty hard to hold for any longer than a couple seconds. So I've been doing it like this, with the shins parallel to the floor. And then another modification is to put the hands here and hold the legs out. It's perfectly fine. You'll still engage your core. Or you can bring your hands back here. And you can even do this. You can do kind of like a lazy boy recliner, because you'll still feel this in the abdomen no matter what expression of this asana you choose. So go ahead and choose whatever's right for you. Come into position and breath of fire. Like I said last week, if you're shaking, that's great. Shaking's good. You're talking to your nervous system. So just hold on. We've got about 20 seconds left. Inhale. And relax. Go ahead and come lying on your back. Let your hands relax by the side. Palms facing up. Feet relaxed. Slowly begin to wake your body up. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then rotate your wrists and ankles. Then bring your knees into your chest and slowly rock up. And come into a comfortable seated position. So we were listening to artist Bhajan Kurd, Bachan, and then the I think it's the suffix for all Kundalini Yoga spiritual names for women. They always get Kurd at the end. Men always get Singh. I think Kurd means princess, and I think Singh means lion. And Kurd is spelled Kaur, pronounced all different kinds of ways. Sometimes people say Kar, some people say Kur. I try to pronounce it as accurately to the actual language as I can, and I believe that's Kurd. So you pronounce the R with a little bit of a D. So today we just listened to her song Amrit Nam, which means, I believe, like the sound of the golden hour. I think Nam is like the sound current. It's not just what you hear, it's also kind of like the vibration that's embedded in the sound. And Amrit is this golden light that happens at sunrise and sunset. And again, I think it's also kind of like Nam is to the sound, like it's this kind of energy within the sound. And I think the Amrit is like this, also describes sometimes this sweet nectar that's hidden in this golden light at these magical times. So that was her song Amrit Nam by Bhajan Kur. You can get her album on iTunes. Super great. That song was 23 minutes, so we did that Kriya and a little bit of a relaxation for under 24 minutes, which is awesome. So no excuses. You've always got time for yoga and meditation. And I love that Buddha's saying if you don't have 10 minutes for meditation, then you should meditate for 20. So, if you're just too busy to sit down and work on yourself for 10 minutes, then you need extra time. We don't need to be so busy all the time. So we're going to do a quick meditation today called Meditation to Conquer Self-Animosity. It's pretty easy. We're going to be sitting in an easy pose with a slight chin lock. That just means bringing the chin in slightly towards the chest. A full chin lock is when you're doing like a shoulder stance and the chin comes all the way down to like the collarbone, but this is just slight so that you can feel that stretch in the back of the neck. Nice seated position. You're going to bring the hands together by curling the fingers and bringing those knuckles together with the thumb straight up. So again, you're making like little fists, bringing that middle set of knuckles pressed together, the thumbs together pointing up, and then this mudra is about at the heart center. We're going to have the eyes open and looking down at the tip of the nose. And if that hurts, I suggest just starting with your eyes closed, kind of aiming towards that tip of the nose, and then slowly open your eyes, and it won't feel so weird. And then we have a very specific breathing pattern. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhaling through the mouth, and exhale through the nose. So we'll continue that pattern with that slight chin lock, the eyes of the nose, and this beautiful mudra for just 3 minutes. So come into position and begin. And again, it's inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the mouth, and exhale through the nose. And continue. let's complete your breath cycle. Then when you're ready, inhale. Stretch the arms above the head. Keep the arms up. Exhale. Inhale again. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Keep the arms up. Exhale. Last time. Deep breath in. Stretch. And exhale. Shake the hands out a little bit. Shake the arms out a little bit. Do a couple spinal twists. Maybe some shoulder shrugs. Or a neck roll. Whatever your body needs. I'm just going to do a quick forward bend here for a minute. So if you'd like to join me, go ahead and stretch the legs out. Bend forward and grab the toes. And just normal breathing. Bend all the way down, stretch, stretch, stretch. And inhale, come up. And I've been taking to doing a little smudging after my yoga these days. I think I mentioned this last week, but I've just been noticing that I've been kind of just dumping a lot emotionally. And smudging with either, I'm using white sage today, or a little Palo Santo, this stick that makes kind of a minty smell, or any incense. I mean, you can go outside and pick any grass and dry it out and bind it up and burn it. I buy my sage at my local food co-op here in Brooklyn. But you can find it at Whole Foods, any other natural grocery store, any metaphysical store. Crystal shop, stuff like that. So just light it. And then kind of spread the smoke around a little bit. I like to get myself, all the chakras. I get the hand chakras a lot. These are some minor, I take that back. These are not minor chakras at all. You have chakras all over your body. We talk about these 7 in the middle column because that's the main energy channel of the body, and how we feel is really closely linked to like how balanced those are. Sometimes people say closed, but I don't like to say closed. I mean, none of them are closed. They're always open, but they may be a little bit like kind of imbalanced, like leaning more towards the shadow aspects of that chakra versus the light aspects. But we have chakras in our hands and feet all over our body, and my hand chakras really seem to like to be sort of cleared with the smoke a lot. And make sure to get behind you too, and maybe a little bit of your space. And I'm going to draw a card today for everybody watching, and I watch a lot of YouTubers like Doreen Virtue, and I really like Tom Lesher. He does an astrology report every week, and Doreen Virtue does an angel card reading every week. And they usually post their videos at the beginning of the week, and they're very anticipatory. Here's what your week's going to look like. Here's what the beginning of the week, middle of the week, end of the week's going to look like. And that's really great, but I'll watch Doreen Virtue's video on Sunday and then forget it by Monday or Tuesday. So I like to sometimes do card readings for like the week that has just happened. What happened? What was this week like? Like I lived it. I know what happened, but it's nice to get a little bit of a recap. So I'm actually going to use the Daily Guidance from Your Angels Oracle deck from Doreen Virtue. I'm just going to pull one card as kind of a reflection for the energy of last week. Say Sunday the 17th through today, through Friday, 22nd. This is just for everybody that happens to watch this video, everybody that happens to tune in. And I like to pick my cards using Reiki. See only love. Look past the seeming errors, mistakes, and misunderstandings, and see only the love within each person, including yourself. Your resolute focus upon the love that underlies every situation brings about healing in undreamed of ways. That's really nice. I had a kind of a intense week examining opposites. You know, internal world versus external world, action versus inaction. Just those kind of ideas, not necessarily like this like good or bad, but kind of this kind of off or on, you know, like do I want to stay in or do I want to go out? Do I want to say something here or do I not want to say something here? And a lot of that, like everywhere I turned, it was just kind of this decision, you know, major decision I felt like I had to make, and it made things really frustrating, and it made dealing with people really hard. And in New York City, there's lots of people. There's 8 million people, so sometimes leaving the apartment could just be really stressful. And thinking of it in terms of just you know, allowing love to take makes it a little bit easier. Kind of takes weight off my shoulders. And I also wanted to read the description for the meditation that we did. Meditation to conquer self-animosity says, there are no enemies. There are challenges to our creativity. The greatest enemy is the self. Self-defeating activity and self-animosity occur where we do not accept ourselves. We instinctively reject self-confirmed continuity. We will oppose our own success and accomplishments just to break with steadiness. That break is the assertion of ego, an attempt at marking and possessing something in time and space. This self-animosity distracts us from the real gift of human life, the capacity to confront and experience the self in relationship to the unknown infinity of ourself. This meditation conquers the state of self-animosity and gives you the ability for constant consciousness in support of the core self. So that's interesting because the card kind of reminded me of the meditation, and I was talking a little bit more about what I felt like the card meant for me. It made me think of that meditation. So, you know, the first lesson in, you know, loving everything around you is loving yourself first. So start there. And also going back to the time, you know, the idea of if you don't have time to meditate, then you really, really need to meditate, because the biggest gift that you can give to everybody around you is to take care of yourself first. It's a pretty noble and humble thing, I think, actually, to do. So yeah, that's Friday sadhana. We'll go ahead and close with the Longtime Sun. If you have any questions or comments about the Kriya or meditation, go ahead and comment below on YouTube, and I will definitely answer those. So if you know the song, please go ahead and sing along with me, and if not, just listen. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. And then one long sut and one short nam. Sut nam. Thank you so much. Have an awesome weekend. And I have a little bit of a suggestion for you as we part ways here. Have a really awesome weekend. And start off your weekend right now with your own dance party at home.